Maya Angelou was born in the year 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri, and was given the name Marguerite Annie Johnson. She grew up in a time when America was deeply divided by race and inequality, and her childhood was filled with both hardship and discovery. When she was very young, her parents separated, and she was sent to live with her grandmother in a small town in Arkansas. This change shaped her early years because her grandmother gave her strong values of faith, strength, and resilience. Yet Maya also experienced great trauma during her childhood, which caused her to stop speaking for several years. In that silence, however, she developed a deep love for books, poetry, and the rhythm of words. She listened closely to the voices around her and absorbed the power of language, which would later become her greatest gift. As she grew older, Maya began to find her voice again, and she explored many talents. She had a natural ability for performance, and soon she was dancing, singing, and acting. She took on the name Maya, which came from her brother calling her my sister, and later combined it with Angelou from her marriage to a man named Tosh Angelos. By her teenage years, Maya had become a single mother, but she did not let this responsibility stop her from chasing her dreams. She worked hard to provide for her son, and at the same time, she pursued opportunities in the world of performance arts. During the 1940s and 1950s, Maya traveled widely and lived in different parts of the world. She performed as a dancer in clubs, theaters, and even toured internationally. She learned new languages and immersed herself in different cultures, living for a time in Ghana, where she became part of a community of African intellectuals and artists. It was in Ghana that she met important figures of history, such as Kwame Nkrumah and W.E.B. Du Bois. She also formed a close friendship with Malcolm X, and later worked with him in efforts to build organizations that would strengthen the rights of African Americans. Maya Angelou's life was never limited to one path. She was a singer, a dancer, an actress, a playwright, a director, and most importantly, a writer and poet. Her ability to capture human experience in words made her stand out. In 1969, she published her first autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This book told the story of her childhood struggles, her silence, her pain, and her discovery of the power of voice. The book was groundbreaking because it spoke honestly about topics that were often hidden, such as racism, identity, abuse, and resilience. Readers across the world were moved by her courage to tell her truth, and the book became a classic in American literature. Her writing career did not stop there. Maya Angelou went on to write a series of autobiographies covering different stages of her life, as well as collections of poetry, plays, and essays. She had a gift for using language in a way that was both simple and powerful. Her words inspired generations because they spoke to themes of freedom, hope, struggle, and dignity. Her poems, such as Phenomenal Woman and Still I Rise, became declarations of strength for women and for all people who faced oppression. She believed that words had the power to heal, to uplift, and to unite, and she used her talent to spread that message. Beyond writing, Maya Angelou became a powerful voice in social and political movements. She worked with Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights Movement and lent her voice to the fight for equality. She believed that art and activism were deeply connected and that a poet or writer had the responsibility to speak truth to power. She used her stage, her pen, and her presence to stand against injustice and to give hope to those who struggled. Her fame grew over the decades, and she became not only a writer, but also a public speaker admired by leaders, artists, and ordinary people alike. She taught at universities, spoke at conferences, and was invited to share her words on some of the most important occasions in American history. One of the most famous moments came in 1993 when she recited her poem On the Pulse of Morning at the inauguration of President Bill Clinton. Her voice rang out with grace and strength, capturing the attention of the world and showing once again the power of poetry. In her later years, Maya Angelou became a symbol of wisdom and inspiration. People looked to her for guidance on how to live with courage, compassion, and authenticity. She often spoke about the importance of rising above pain and using life's struggles as a source of strength. She encouraged young people to embrace education, creativity, and self-respect. She shared her life lessons through interview speeches and books, reminding everyone that no matter where you come from or what you face, you have the power to shape your destiny. Maya Angelou passed away in 2014 at the age of 86, but her legacy continues to shine brightly. She left behind a body of work that still inspires millions across the globe. Her poems are recited, her books are studied, and her speeches are quoted as a source of hope and resilience. She showed that one woman with determination and a voice could transform pain into beauty and silence into song. Her story is not only about her own journey, but also about the journey of all who long for freedom, equality, and dignity. Maya Angelou's life stands as a reminder that even in the face of hardship, the human spirit can rise. She lived many lives as an artist, activist, mother, teacher, and friend to leaders and communities. She refused to be defined by limits and instead defined herself by her courage to speak and to create. Her story continues to inspire because it teaches that words have power and that each voice matters in shaping the world.